It's your boy, Hash Info. Trust me, you wouldn't want to fucking find me in a back alley, bud. Woo-hoo! If you ever see me in a back alley, just play dead. Just play dead, bud. There's only one reason me and you met up in a back alley, bud. Ha! Boom! Shakalaka! I want to be real clear with everybody. I make this show to promote, to help, not hinder, to protect, not prowl. Okay? And Peter Nygaard, you are scum. It's come to my attention that Peter Nygaard is a kingpin here in Winnipeg, along with some lawyers. Oh, shit, bud! Just Googled it, and Fifth Estate is working on another story. I contacted a little bit of the somethings, and I can see that lawyers here in Winnipeg are some scum of the earth, partially to blame for Peter Nygaard's inability to be jailed. Winnipeg Free Press, back in 1996, decided to cover up a young woman's story. She came forward, very credible, down to earth, a single mother, did her job, never had, wasn't a flashy drinker, didn't hang out at pubs and bars all the time. Whoa, Peter Nygaard raped her on a business trip. She came forward. He raped her in 1980. She came forward in 1996, and she told her story to the Winnipeg Free Press. Something I actually, believe it or not, 1996, the only paper I read was the Winnipeg Free Press. Now, I consider the Winnipeg Free Press below the sewers, bottom of the scuzz bucket barrel, okay? They cover up true stories that are brought by we the people who read the paper. The corporations decide what we get to read. And this couldn't be any more true. As of 1996, we'll have to investigate. Criminal charges? Can we lay criminal charges to a fucking newspaper that failed to report truth and bring light to a dark, evil, dungeness, creepy, grandfather-like dude with a perm? This guy is so creepy looking. I gotta be real with all y'all. Winnipeg is full of some of the dirtiest, most despicable people. You won't find hardly anybody in Winnipeg that won't do something for a bag of money. Period. And money is the reason. That is what separates me and evil, is that I don't value money. I would rather have somebody give me a hand, do me a favor. I don't need your stinking money. I don't want your blood money. Your money, your company, your corporation is stealing and enslaving millions with the money you have, the money you earn. So I don't want your kind. I don't like it. So money is what causes people to steal, to kill, to kidnap, like whatever you can think of, evil gestures you can figure out. Money is the cause. They will accept payment in Winnipeg, money, to do these things. And there's creepy people all over the world. But Winnipeg has an abundance of creepers, super creepers. These are people who will fake and mask like they're your friends. But you want to know how this exists? Because these same people often are pill poppers or drug addicts, or they're hiding a serious alcohol addiction, claiming that, I'm so healthy or I'm so fit. Meanwhile, you drink fucking hard alcohol all week, wine all weekend, whatever it is. Can you get off the daiquiris for 2 years, bud? Then you're not an alcoholic. So alcohol, by the way, rots your brain. And if you look in jails, 75 fucking percent of all people in jail have an alcoholic, are alcoholics, or have alcoholism is part of their backstory, right? 75% minimum. You can't say the same for cocaine, cannabis, nothing. Only alcohol has the largest, in any prison in the world, you dumb shits. The largest group of people incarcerated have an addiction highest to alcohol. It means they use it every day on the highest level. It doesn't mean, oh, they love this crack, they love crack the best. They have easiest access and daily use and consumption of alcohol. So if you learn what alcohol is, you wouldn't. It's poison for your brain. It literally will rot your brain, and it actually makes your brain dissolve. But you all shouldn't worry about that. Where I live in Manitoba, everyone loves alcohol. Like, there are 6-year-old babies loving alcohol right now. There's nothing you can do about it. Alcohol is sold to you in a store. An 18-year-old can get it, and then an 18-year-old can take it home to their 12-year-old brother. And this is how it works. And this is how this is what happens when alcohol isn't demonized, but cannabis is. Okay? Cigarettes and alcohol are the two biggest widely used drugs in all of the world. But Manitoba has a very high cigarette addiction and alcohol addiction. Extremely high. I actually don't know what the numbers are lately, but I did some research about a month ago, and I was blown away. It actually made me really... I have lost a lot of... I don't see a lot of good in people from Manitoba because of your shitty habits. Your habits are clogging up our healthcare system. You have an alcohol addiction, you have a sweet addiction, you have a cigarette addiction. Those three things, everyone's like, oh, the hospitals suck here. Yeah, because you have 60 horrible habits. All you do is spend your life in hospitals. I haven't been to a hospital to see a doctor in over 2 decades. For a reason that I have to go to the hospital and see a doctor in a waiting room because I'm something going on. Over 2 decades. Me and you not same. You gotta wake up. You gotta get off the alcohol, off the cigarettes, off your hard pills, off all these things, off your over-the-counter pharmaceutical pills that they're pumping out and ruining your liver and your entire body from the inside out. So, my first point is that your clouded minds are the reason you are sheep. In Winnipeg, in Manitoba, in Canada, in Brazil, in Peru. You have to, in America, in France, in England, in Europe, in Italy, in Russia, in China, all you people, if you would get off alcohol, stay away from cigarettes, get off pharmaceutical drugs, and get off over-the-counter drugs, that is all sold to you by the government. Period. Now, if the government wanted to do ethical, research, they could say, does anybody want to volunteer, come forward on an ethical level so we can study your fucked up nature. Your body is completely fucked up. It was natural. Nature, root word of natural is nature. And most of you, again, you're not going to really comprehend all this. I got to do it for you. Wipe your bums, feed you, and put you to bed. Every day I've been doing this for 2.5 years. So what happens is, you are natural when you come in, or as natural as whatever we started out being, right? Test tube babies or not, 120 years ago, 101 years ago, whatever it is. They can totally be lying about age, about birthdays, about time. In fact, I still believe time doesn't exist. I believe that, if time doesn't exist, and if there's ways to prove it, theoretical proof, whether the universe is always expanding or not, would mean that there's an end to the universe, or it's never ending because the world continues to expand every half second another 100 miles longer. Okay? Whatever BS you choose to believe the government told you is happening, because this is how you know stuff, because the government told you. So it's not actually like what a strawberry is because you know what a strawberry is. It's because the government told your parents what the fuck a strawberry was. And if you know anything about your parents, okay, number one, this is not a disrespectful thing. This is a fact. A teacher, a good teacher will have students that surpass their knowledge tenfold. Always. A good teacher will never be as smart as a student's outcome. Do you understand that? So if your parents taught you something, or it doesn't even have to be your parents. I mean, But to give you an example, no matter how smart you think your parents are, you absolutely should be smarter than your parents. There's no fuck of a doubt. With the first statement that I just said, it's impossible. Unless you and your parents were both sluggish, didn't do much, didn't ever go out, and you just drank alcohol on the couch. Then you know fuck all, because you get all your info from a TV set. Not from people who actually traveled the world, went under the ocean, took pictures, and you studied their pictures. You know, just their knowledge. They don't make it on fucking the world news. None of them do. Did you know in Botswana, 400 elephants just fucking collapsed and died in the last 2 months? 33% of the elephant population on planet Earth is in Botswana. And 400 elephants just fucking dropped to the ground. Scientists have no clue why, overnight. But our main stories here in Winnipeg are, oh, Trump tweeted something. You know? There is a directive to what you see on the news. So you all need to wake up and recognize that it's not fake news. It was never real news to begin with. And here's the proof right here. Winnipeg Free Press failed. Oh, so all the reporters who did that were in on the story and got the story and dug deeper to find out more info on the story, we're all gung-ho. They were like, this is solid. We're going to put this out at 6 p.m. The head of the Free Press came in at 5:59 and said, no, you're not. Take all that or you all lose your jobs. Like, this is what happens. So they blocked the story from going out to the public. The Winnipeg Free Press, the largest newspaper in a city of 1 million people. Kingpins of Winnipeg blocked the story of Peter Nygard raping Yona Larson. Okay? In 1980, she was raped. And I am so sorry that happened to you. And I will be, and she does not even live in this country anymore. I will seek justice on your behalf. These are the exact things that I wish to do. It makes me feel good inside, and it's not like I don't get like this, like a birthday cake inside me. It's just the right thing to do. When you like, if there's a chance that I could be scared of saying something out loud, then I have to do it, because I fear nothing, and I won't start fearing now. I'm 40. I spent my life when I was just a tiny guy. I was scared. I didn't like the way I felt, so I wanted to learn how I could defeat fear. And then I learned that evil is a bully. And if you say something, evil can come at you and smash you. So I worked out, I did my thing, you know. Let's just say I trained in over 500 matches. So I'm ready. Let's go. You have no clue. Your worst mistake would be to interfere in my speech.